Don't mind me, I'm just setting up the scene in the artist studio. Yeah, I just wanted to. Hopefully, you can see my head alright. Is that alright? Is that cool? Yeah, fuck it, that'll be alright. Or maybe I should hold the phone instead. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've I wanted to put this live stream out there into the world because I found myself in a interesting frame of mind and I wanted to immortalize it into a video because I thought it'd be really valuable and understand when I'm speaking to you, I'm really speaking to myself. These live streams are my way of learning out loud and trying to understand this thing, this matrix that we call life, and hopefully relay that information back to you. I'm not presenting myself as a guru, I'm just presenting myself, hopefully, as a relatable brother, someone who has experienced a lot of life, and I'm continuing to do so, and just documenting my epiphanovas when they hit me. So I just did a live stream with Daniel about mental health, and it just got me thinking. It got me thinking a lot of interesting things. I'm in a place in my life now at 27 years old where I really have achieved my wildest dreams. Like when I look at my life 4 years ago, and it's all documented on the channel. If you're new to the channel, where I started 4 years ago may well be the position that a lot of you boys are in right now, where you're not the man that you want to be. Maybe you don't look the way you want to look. Maybe your financial situation is not where you want it to be. Maybe you're living in a grotty apartment which is infested by cockroaches, and maybe you're working a job that you hate in a city that you despise, and I don't know, you just feel as though you want more for your life, you know? So fast forward to today, and I think it's fair in me saying that I've achieved everything that I ever wanted. I've got location independence, I'm living a fully independent international lifestyle. I've got the women's side of life handled, which I never thought would be the case. Like where I started in my life to where I'm at now is like, it's mad. You know, I was always that kid in the playground who'd be walking around on his own, couldn't pull a muscle for a big portion of my life. Always envied other guys who had the hashtag natural swagger. You know, I've learned all of this stuff. Like I've built my character brick by brick. And there's a really interesting quote by Eckhart Tolle, which I referenced quite a few times. And he said that there's two things that make people miserable. It's not having what you want, and it's getting what you want. So I've found myself over the past couple of days struggling mentally, but struggling existentially. And look, if I'd have seen a live stream like this 4 years ago, I would have been like, oh, fuck off, you prick. You know, just sort out your first world problems. And I completely accept that. I know that they're not even problems, but if we were going to categorize them as problems, they're high quality problems. But I still think it's important for me to be able to be aware of the workings of my mind and understand why I feel the way that I do, and then use these live streams in a way therapeutically, and hopefully they help you as well. But what I kept finding in myself was whenever I achieve something, I'm always looking towards the next thing. Yeah, so I really struggle. I think I struggle bathing in my own accomplishments. Does that make sense? Like if I achieve something, so whether it's a financial milestone or like something in my business or something in my relationships or personal life or just something, like when I was a magician, and I remember when I really wanted to start getting paid for magic, like actually people paying me money to perform at their wedding, which is like one of the biggest events of people's lives. It was like a privilege and an honor to be invited to perform magic at someone's wedding, and actually get paid to be there as well. Like get paid a substantial amount of money, essentially to be myself and to do what I love. And I think I battled with a lot of imposter syndrome for a lot of that time, where there's a really good quote by Groucho Marx, and he said that I would never belong to any club that would have somebody like me as a member. And for me, that really underscores the perceived lack of self-worth that I think afflicts so many of us. Like, oh, why would anybody want me? Like, why would anybody choose me? Oh, there's so many other people better than me. Like, why would they, it's like the same with a girl. It's like, maybe you meet a girl and that girl just likes you. Yeah, she might just like you for being you. And then for me, I would start to question myself. Like, oh, why does she like me? Like, there must be something wrong with this girl. Like, she could get anybody. Like, why would she choose? Like, all this mental chatter and nonsense. And I've known for a long time that I've never fully accepted myself, and a lot of the things that I do, I know it's coming from a place of external validation rather than that internal validation, if that makes sense. So, but it's weird because at the same time, I have a hard time believing that any creative person, I have a hard time believing that they don't do that thing, whether it's magic, music, YouTube, video, writing. I have a hard time believing that they do it purely for themselves. I believe that any creative person who is putting out works of art into the world, I believe to some degree they are narcissistic and they are motivated by external validation. That's the case for me, but the issue that I've encountered, and maybe you've encountered it in your life as well, is actually enjoying the things which I've achieved. Like, I think, like, learning how to actually be present, yeah, like, reject the past, reject the future. I'm in this beautiful apartment right now in Malaysia. I just went out for a walk, and like, dude, it was like a kaleidoscope of lights outside. Like, the buildings were had this like phosphorescent glow. There was like such a social buzz around the city. People are taking photos. People just try to sell me random shit. And I was like, dude, how the fuck did we actually get here? Do you know what I mean? Like, from that scared, lost little boy who grew up in the Lake District, who just desperately wanted to be wanted by the world, who didn't receive the validation or maybe even the love that he wanted to receive at a young age. To go from that person, like who I was, to now walking around fucking Kuala Lumpur, 10 p.m, like, relationship wise, I feel great. Financially, I feel great. But like, it's just like me allowing myself to actually enjoy the fruits of my labor. But at the same time, for me, it's like, I don't believe in this static state. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think the best thing that we can do once we achieve one goal is to set our sights on the next goal. Like, that's what drives me. That's what motivates me, because my idea of paradise isn't just chilling on a beach in Thailand. Like, I could do that maybe for 30 minutes, but then I would want to get back to some sort of creation. Yeah, like me sitting here and making this live stream, like, I don't know if you can tell, but it nourishes my soul so much. Like, it truly nourishes me. And I actually think I'm kind of working this out as I'm speaking to you. I think for me, it's taking pleasure in the pursuits, like really enjoying the becoming as much as the being, because it's like, I think I've definitely lost myself in the pursuit of things. Like, okay, I will make this video in order to attract clients. Yeah, I will create this thing, or I will take this action to get clients, to make money. And look, that I think that's a healthy part of life. Yeah, because numbers are a good way of keeping score. When someone pays me a lot of money, that's like the highest compliment somebody can pay me, because what that is, money is this signature of faith. It's like, Kristian, I believe in your capability so much that I am prepared to invest my energy, which is what money is. I'm prepared to invest my energy into you as an individual. Like, that really does nourish my soul. I know it's easy, I think, for that to get misinterpreted as, oh, you're just a greedy capitalist, you're greedy. It's like, hopefully you can kind of understand this by now. I'm not motivated by money. Yeah, money is a tool that allows me to live the life and have the impact that I want to have, but really my focus is impact over revenue. Yeah, the money is simply a sign that I'm doing the right thing. So I think for me, it's just kind of like understanding that there is no final destination. Yeah, I don't believe in the concept of heaven or hell. Like, I don't believe that when I die, hopefully, if I believed in this, I don't believe that I go to some idyllic paradise and spend the rest of my time just fucking chilling with a Cuban cigar. Like, I believe that there's always another level. Yeah, I'm starting to believe more and more in past lives and reincarnation of karma, of like, okay, where next? You know, like, do you ever have those moments where maybe you meet somebody and you feel as though you've met that person before, or you go to a location and it feels like you've been there before? Like, I don't know, I'm starting to believe more and more, because that kind of fits in with my, I'm calling it levolution, like this like non-stop perpetual state of like the next thing. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to put this out there because I know there's a lot of radically ambitious men who follow my stuff. And I think it's like when a millionaire says, money won't make you happy. It's like, dude, I need to experience that first. I do think there's a lot of commentators online, and they'll say things like, oh, you know, dude, like, be grateful for what you have, be present. But it's like, a lot of times these people have not actually achieved anything in their own life, and they use being present or being grateful as a coping strategy. Like, gratitude is not something that I can think, it's something that I can feel. And when I go outside, like when I went outside this evening, like, it hit me like a ton of bricks, where I was like, it's like I was able to actually see, if that makes sense. I was looking at the buildings, I was breathing in the air, I was looking at the people. I'm like, dude, like, from where we were to where we're at now, like, this is incredible. It's like, this is insane. Like, my life is fucking amazing because I've put the reps in to build it this way. Yeah, like, none of this has been handed to me. You could do it as well. Like, it always pisses me off when people are like, oh, it's easy for you to say, you don't have to work a corporate job. Yeah, but dude, neither do you. Yeah, like, you're choosing to do that. I used to work a 9 to 5. I used to work in a fucking museum as a public speaker, giving back-to-back talks every single day. Like, I understand the whole 9 to 5 rat race, but I knew that I didn't want that to be my life. And now, my life now compared to my life even 2 years ago, it's incredible. And I almost think that it's about making our hindsight practice our foresight practice. Because if I'm able to look back at the person that I was and compare myself to former versions of myself, it's like, oh wow, that gives me a sense of fulfillment. I'm like, you know what, yeah, we've done all right. Yeah, we've come a long way. And whenever I do find myself in these existential hamster wheels where I'm like, oh, the next thing, it's like you climb one mountain and then there's another mountain. I actually think I'm not gonna try and change this, because it really is what gives my life joy and meaning and flavor. Yeah, it's my springboard for tomorrow. And I would feel at a loss if I didn't have this sort of if I didn't have these existential meltdowns like recurring, because it's like, it gives me an opportunity to actually reflect, recalibrate, and have these conversations with myself as well. I think that it's very easy in the modern world to distract ourselves from ourselves, rather than actually having this introspection and being like, oh, I feel this way, that's okay. Maybe I can expostulate, maybe I can verbalize it. And obviously, I have decided to go a step further and put this onto a live stream, because for me, this gives me accountability as well. Like when I come on camera and sounds fucking wrong. When I put myself when I put myself on camera, I'm like, I'm human. I have fucking self-limiting beliefs, and I grapple with a perceived lack of self-worth, and all the things that I thought would make me happy, they do, and they're great to have, but it's like, it's never, I don't know, it's just like, I don't feel as though I don't feel as though we ever reach the end of this game. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're playing an infinite game, and I think it's foolish to think that one thing, one place, or one person is gonna satiate that masculine desire to continue to dominate. It's like, I don't know, I feel like, you know, like when you're training at the gym, I don't think there's ever like a I don't feel as though you're ever truly maintaining. I feel as though you're either in a surplus or you're in a deficit, and I don't know, I feel like I'm somebody who's got an obsession with progression. And yeah, like I say, it's not about the materialistic trophies I acquire. I use things such as money to tell myself that I'm doing a good job. Yeah, like that's how I use that. But I think for me now, because I'm on these 2 weeks of semen retention, if you didn't know, I'm in a live stream about it. I think like not having any women in my life for the next 2 weeks, having had a lot of distractions in Bangkok, I don't know, I think it's allowed all of these feelings to surface, and like, oh, okay, I understand now. Like, yeah, maybe I'm not having enough time with myself. Maybe I'm not actually checking in with myself enough. Maybe I'm just not actually being like a best friend to myself as well. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like I can continually go for the next thing, but I think sometimes I just need to say, do you know what, Kristian? You're doing a good job, bro. You're doing well, and I'm proud of you. I think sometimes I need to do that more for myself rather than being perpetually focused on the next dragon to chase. It's like, look at what we've already done. Look at how amazing life actually is. And I think just embracing my own mortality as well, like recognizing that I'm only young once, and I don't want to get to 50 years old looking at my life now being like, dude, why didn't you enjoy yourself more? Like, why were you taking life so seriously? Why were you always chasing after the next thing rather than smelling your roses when you had them? It's like, yeah, fuck, we're only young once. That's crazy, you know? And it's like, I'm young, I'm healthy, I've got a lot of boxes ticked in my life, and it's like, you know, I'm in a great place. But even for me, I think I just need to take care and make sure that I am checking in with myself, and I'm not being a crushingly cruel commentator of myself. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I think these conversations are important because obviously, you know, we can talk about cold approach. We could talk about fucking looks maxing or how to build a killer Instagram. And obviously all that stuff's cool. All that stuff's important. But I feel as though the inner side of stuff is way more important. Like actually going internally, like, who am I? What do I actually want? Not what do I think I want to want or I should want to want, but like, what do I want? And what fulfills me? What can I do on a daily basis to connect with my most authentic self? For me, it's just doing good work. You know, it's just showing up and doing what I need to do. It's like, it's creating videos like this. It's speaking with you. It's speaking with my guys in the Entourage. It's doing my coaching. It's changing people's lives. It's training at the gym. It's doing sprints and like pushing my body and getting cold showers. Like, I think personal renaissance is the only absolute. I think that's what it is. It's like, just, it's me versus me. Yeah. And no one else is coming to save me. And it's like, no one else is going to give me that permission to actually adore myself. I think that's important to recognize. Is like, I think that's the problem with validation. It's never enough. You know, like 1 million people could tell me, oh, Kristian, you're amazing. But it's like, if I still feel like an unlovable piece of shit on the inside, then is that validation even useful? Yeah, in the moment, I guess it feeds my ego, but yeah, it's like the whole, like, no one's gonna love you until you love yourself. But I feel as though these things get diluted in like an Instagram post, and it's like, oh yeah, heard about that, seen that, done that, whatever. Like, give me more dopamine. But yeah, I think those truisms are actually true. Like, it's the journey, not the destination. You know, don't like shit like that. So yeah, I didn't want to come onto this live stream and sort of be like, oh, woe is me. No, my life's fucking great. I genuinely love my life. I've achieved everything that I ever wanted at 27 years old for the reasons I've outlined. But you know, there are more mountains to climb, and there are more dragons to slay, and there are more missions to pursue. But I need to always be reminding myself, I want to be operating, I need to be operating from a place of wholeness rather than from a place of lack. So the concrete example I can give you is, imagine you're going to the gym, but every time you go to the gym, you're going to the gym because you absolutely hate your body. It's like, oh my God, I hate my body so much. I just need to get rid of this thing. I just need to improve, right? So that would be like mindset A. Mindset B is like, okay, I really like my body at the moment. I just want to make it better. So it's like, I'm excited about who I am, and I'm even more excited about who I'm becoming, rather than I absolutely hate my life right now and I'm almost like projecting a sense of meaning into the future. But I have done this. Like, I've done this when I lived in Leeds. Like, I absolutely hated my life in Leeds, and I wasn't excited about who I was. And really, I was motivated by the darker side of emotions, like depression, anxiety, rage, anger. That works for me, but I don't think it's sustainable in the long term. I think true transformation long term happens when we're operating from that place of self-adoration rather than self-deprecation. I have no idea if any of this made sense. If you came to this live stream looking how to cold approach girls, then yeah, it's probably not what you were looking for in this one. But there's about 400 videos on this channel where you can watch all of the infields until your heart's content. You can also get all my free courses below as well. I'm not charging you money for the courses. They're free. They're available to you right now. If you want to learn how to cold approach, and if you want to learn how I became a more attractive version of myself. I probably don't look that way now because I'm sweating like a hound. But yeah, the courses are free. You can get them below. But yeah, dude, like, I don't know. I just wanted to put this out there. I actually think that this has been a really good live stream. I've enjoyed it anyway. I think that's what matters the most. It's like, I'm creating from a place of, because I really love doing it, rather than like, oh, I hope people watch it, I hope I get validation, I hope I get views. Like, all those vanity metrics, it's like, it's never ending. So it's like, I've created this live stream from really a place of love, from a place of wholeness, and it's felt really good. It's felt really good to put out there into the ether. So yeah, I think wherever you're at in your life right now, just understand that there are ways, if you want to improve upon it. Yeah, if you've got an ideal reality in your mind, maybe you want to be living an international lifestyle. Yeah, maybe you want to have a top 1% dating life. Maybe you've got a location in mind. Maybe you've got your ideal woman in mind. Maybe you've got an idea about how much money you want to be making every single month. Like, that's amazing. Like, I love that. I love that shit. I love sitting down with a guy one-on-one and just going deep, like, fast. That sounds wrong as well. But just like, you know, cut the small talk. Like, right, who are you? Like, who are you when no one's watching? What do you want? Tell me what your ideal reality looks like, and let's hatch a plan to actually make this happen. Like, I get obsessive about this like progression. It's like when someone is able to share their dreams with me, and he's like, yeah, Kristian, I'm working this job at the moment. I don't really like it, but this is what I do want. So he's not just like wallowing. He's like, listen, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be. Dude, that's like, I don't know, that's like a naughty narcotic to my brain. I'm like, fuck yes, let's make this a reality, because I've been there. Do you know what I mean? I've been there. I understand it, right? Your life's not where you want it to be right now, but no one's coming to save you. If you've got an idea, let's fucking go. Let's take this shit to the moon, but just recognize that when you get the thing, it's probably not going to fulfill you long term, because there's always going to be another thing. It's like, oh, I'll be happy when I get my dream body. You'll never get your dream body. Your dream body does not exist, because when you get the thing that you thought you wanted, you'll look in the mirror and think, my chest could be a little bit bigger. So it's like, it's just a never-ending thing, right? We're always chasing the dragon, but I think sometimes it's like, right, dragon has been chased, let's give the dragon a little stroke, and then once that's got a little bit boring, then we can go focus on the next dragon. So yeah, I'll stop talking now. I'll be quiet. I think I'm gonna get a shower. But yeah, hopefully that this live stream's been useful. I think that, I don't know, I think the inner side of life is important. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna sign out there. I hope that you boys have found this video useful. What people saying, taking all that protein, mate, who you talking to? I'm off to take your, yeah, cool. Just nonsense in the live chat, that's absolutely fine. Like, nothing but love for you people there. You've obviously got your own problems that you're dealing with. So yeah, I wish you all the best in your lives going forwards. But yeah, boys, I'm gonna sign out there. Appreciate you all. Thank you for watching, listening to this Casanovian expostulation tirade. But yeah, I'll speak with you all again soon. Love yous. Bye.